I'm Kortnie.
And I'm Emily. And this is
Cheers to That. Welcome back this week.
Hello, it's me. If I look different to you, it's because I'm 29 now. And I have just...
And you have your hair straight.
I do.
Which I don't see that often, but
I
it
know.
looks so good. I love it.
I'm a changed woman. I also already threw out my back in my 29th year. So it's going like starting off with a bang.
Yes.
We're really going
No other
for it.
way to come into a new year,
Just-
especially 29. It's a big one.
Things are going downhill already.
That's how it goes.
But speaking of going downhill, this is the podcast, your weekly podcast where we talk about marriage, motherhood, and laugh at everything in between. So, Kortnie, let me ask.
All right. I'm ready for my weekly question.
Someone asked me this the other day and I didn't know what the answer was. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
I don't have my wedding ring on.
Oh, well, I guess you're single now.
Sorry, I just
All
remembered.
the single ladies.
Yeah, my marriage is okay. I just forgot my rings. It's fine.
It's funny you would ask me a question like that about my favorite movie. Because this is, like, I don't remember movies, so, like, why would I have a favorite movie? That's a good question. Okay.
Is there a movie that has ever stuck with you that you can remember?
Okay, Christmas movie would be, because, you know, we're in the middle of summer.
Are you okay?
No, like, my favorite, like, movie... Christmassy would be Elf. Like, that used to be my, like, favorite movie.
Well, and now that I know that you're
like,
cotton-headed Any Muggins as well.
Yes, yeah, my previous nickname from growing up. Another story for another time.
You already told that story last week, Ding Dong.
I did?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I thought I just talked to you. I get everything confused
Kortnie,
with, like,
I'm
what
literally going to commit you to a home. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Okay.
Okay, hang on. Oh, I do have a favorite movie, but
Okay.
I haven't watched it in a while. Either Dirty Dancing or The Breakfast Club. Like, if I'm going classic.
Okay.
those
So
are mine.
you were an 80s child, or are you
No,
catfishing me?
I did not even watch those until I was an adult.
Why do you like them so much? Because they're nostalgic?
I guess, like, Dirty Dancing, it's just so, like, I love it, like, learning how, like, you know, like,
I'm going to tell you
getting to watch
something
how
really
she dances.
crazy.
What?
I've never seen it. I know.
Movie night.
I've seen, what was the other one you said?
Breakfast Club.
Oh, I like Breakfast Club. I've seen that. I haven't seen 16 Candles, though.
I haven't seen that one.
Well, Molly Ringwald.
Oh, yeah, my hero. She played Superstar, and I dressed up as her for Halloween one year. Superstar. Why my mom encouraged that, I have no idea. But
I mean,
here we are.
Wise beyond your years, I guess. Well, if you had to, okay, I think this is an easy question for
Okay.
you, though. Would you say my favorite movie is?
Shrek. Shrek, or if we're going scary movie, it's oh my God, Help me out. Midsummer.
But also, what would be my favorite like saga?
Your favorite? Oh, Twilight.
Obviously, obviously,
No brainer.
The amount of
And my favorite saga is Hunger Games, which I talked about at the beginning of starting this podcast.
Yes, because you read the books, and I think that's Twilight was like one of the first series I got so into, and whenever the books were coming out, I was literally going to midnight premieres, not even premieres, midnight releasings of the books, and standing in line at Barnes and Noble when I was like 13.
Your mom's like, well, I guess she's at Barnes and Noble at midnight.
Well,
she's not at a party. So.
Yeah, well, she had to take me. I was 13, so I would like go in and she'd wait in her car at our mall. Mall, I'd go to that Barnes and Noble, pretty sketchy, and just walk in and be like, "Can I get my copy of Breaking Dawn, please?"
I can see it. Oh my God!
But I feel like the amount of time and references I give to Shrek and Twilight is honestly obscene.
I have like a respect for people who can
remember,
but also like quote movies. So Amy, she is able to like quote every movie, and like her and Matt will get it back in quoting battles back and forth, and they'll just laugh, and I'm like,
no, my favorite thing to do to you is quote a movie to you and you don't know that it's a quote and you're like, what's that from? And it's like a movie we just watched.
No, Matt making me mad one time because he was quoting the other guys whenever it's like whenever
Will
she dresses
Ferrell
up
and
as
Eva
an old
Mendes.
lady. Yes. And I don't even remember what he was saying, but he kept just giving lines from the movie, and I was getting more mad because I thought that he was, I don't even know. I thought he was like disrespecting me or something.
Will Ferrell is married to Eva Mendes and the other guys. If you've never seen that movie, stop what you're doing right now and watch it. It's the best. It's one of my favorite.
That's one of our favorite movies.
It's one of my favorite movies for sure. That's like a comedy movie if I've had a few drinks and like I don't want to have to be dedicated to like hardcore watching.
But you want to laugh Every time you
oh my God,
glance at
the hits don't stop. It's so funny the whole
and it doesn't
time.
Get old.
No. And but anyways, if you haven't seen it, Will Ferrell is married to Eva Mendes, who is gorgeous, and he's like my plain ugly wife. And that's what Matt was doing to you. Yes. And he's like saying like, get in the kitchen and make my dinner, bitch. And you were like, excuse me.
I'm like, where did this come from? And then finally he broke character. He's like, listen, I'm quoting the other guys, Kortnie. I've been doing that for the past 10 minutes. And I was like, well, I was about to find my rat poison in my pantry and slip it into your food.
I think you need to be evaluated for some sort of memory inabilities.
What if like you're making fun of me this whole time and then like I go to brain scan and I actually have something wrong with me? Would you feel bad about that? Like, yeah. I hope you would feel guilty.
No, I wouldn't feel guilty. I feel like I'm pushing you to seek medical attention because you need it.
I think I'm like Dory, like a just short-term memory. Mm-hmm. But, you know, some people just have different links, different wavelengths. You're just traveling along.
Is what you're trying to say different strokes for different folks?
Different wavelengths.
I'm so good.
I can't quote anything.
You're building your own case for being committed to a home.
I think we need to move on.
Surprise, surprise. Okay. Anyways, favorite movies. Well, I told you that I wasn't going to tell you my mom trauma until we started recording because Kortnie and I constantly, right before we start recording, we are going to start like an embargo where we cannot talk to each other before we record.
We have to.
Because we say such funny, stupid shit right before we start recording, and then we're like, damn it.
Like, I wish that would have been caught because, I mean, we're just like catching up or whatever from literally like, you know, not
like 12 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
And we're laughing our asses off thinking like, oh shit, this should have been on the podcast.
Yeah. But this one I did not spoil for you because I am truly in shock. It's something that happened to me. Fielding knew we were lacking material, I guess. And so at 5:30 this morning, I've mentioned that he sleeps with us. Whatever, he always sleeps with us. It's fine. We're one big happy family in our familial bed. So at 5:30 this morning, I hear him cry, but it sounds far away. And I just hear like one like, and then it stops. But then I reach over, because I'm like, what the hell? I reach over and fill the bed, and he's not in bed.
He's always in bed with you.
I know. He went to bed with us. It's not like he fell asleep somewhere else. So I was like, panic instantly because I'm like, where is my child? And I was like, Connor, he's not in the bed. And so we both like jump out of bed. Fielding starts crying again. I think he was sleepwalking.
Oh shit.
He was laying under my breakfast chairs, under one of the chairs face down on the ground.
What?
Crying.
And was like sleepwalking.
Devastated. And everyone there.
God.
No, he was so upset, but it was freaking terrifying because like the feeling of like feeling around for your kid and them not being there.
Yeah. And hearing them cry.
And then hearing him cry
by
like,
the door.
Where is he? I know, thank God. We've got like the big locks.
No, I just mean like,
still.
I mean like intrusive thoughts are thinking like, oh, someone's like carrying him out.
Well, how did my child get out of my bed without me or Connor hearing?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So anyways, he's just
a quiet kid though.
He
and
is
so
quiet.
Maybe he just,
I know that's what my mom said. My mom's like, he's so quiet. Like you're
need
going to
a
have
bell
to get
on his ankle.
Like a prisoner?
Not like a cat.
I'm going to get him like a shock collar if he goes outside of my vicinity. Come right back. No, but it was so weird. So I think I have a sleepwalker on my hands, which is terrible because I too I haven't sleepwalked in a long time. But I'm like, how is my 2-year-old? What do I do about that?
I don't know. Ask that pediatrician girl.
No, like I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if it happens again.
I mean, it was like a one-off for now. One-off. But I don't know. Can you close your doors?
I can, but he can open them.
But if he's sleepwalking, do you
if he's sleepwalking, maybe he wouldn't. I don't know. The fact that he made it all the way to my kitchen.
That's crazy. And
then was under a chair. My mom thinks he was dreaming about hiding because that's like his go-to hiding spot, like when he's like playing that stuff. But I'm like,
that would be crazy. But think about how scary it was for him to wake up and he's not in bed.
It breaks my heart. It makes me want to die. He was like shaking. He was so sad. And I mean, I get it. Like I have woken up standing in so many closets.
That's so concerning.
No, my brother and I both, when we sleepwalk, go to the closet. I'm not sure
I think you need to be evaluated.
I know I do. Hilarious that you think that I don't know that.
That made me think of Addie. So I don't think she sleepwalks. I don't know if she was probably playing a prank on Matt. You never know with that girl.
Literally.
And she had fallen asleep on the couch upstairs while Matt was like playing a video game. And I think I don't know, he's going to roast me about the story not being exactly right, but I think he like went to the bathroom, he comes back and she's like just standing there and he's like, Addie, and then she finally responded, but I wonder if she was like in a way sleepwalking, but her eyes were open.
But well, my eyes are open when I sleepwalk.
Okay, so I think that's common.
But whenever you wake up though and you're so disoriented, maybe she was just confused, and like sometimes I get stuck in the void.
I'm just laughing because I'm like, her hair gets in her face, and she
so
usually wears like a little nightgown, and she's just like standing there staring at Matt. That's like, Jesus. Lord help me.
What's the movie where she comes out of the well and has her hair all over her face? Is that The Grudge?
Yes.
Or the one where they
I was thinking The Conjuring, but it's not that one.
No, I'm thinking old school where you're gonna die in 7 days.
The black hair over the face.
That's Adeline.
Yeah.
That honestly would startle me.
No, it did Matt because
and she was like,
not expecting
what the hell,
it.
Dad? Why'd you walk out of the room without telling me where you were going?
This is what you get. I will scare the shit out of you.
I support it. Well, I know we were talking about mom charm still, but I did just have a birthday and you made it very beautiful and special.
Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, it was so easy because why are you doing that? Look, you didn't.
Well, I was just thinking that you said thank you, but I should have been thanking you.
Oh, you did. But then I was thanking your compliment because I felt like I didn't do much. Like I asked if you wanted to have lunch and you did. And
all you can eat sushi.
All you can eat sushi. We met Lena there. We had our fill. Like it was perfect. And then you and I got to go shopping afterwards
with no children and no husband.
Yes. So you had your mother-in-law watching Fielding for a couple of hours. My mother-in-law was in town for a whole entire week. I'll talk more on that because it was a godsend last week. And like, I don't know the last time that we got to just go shopping together. And it was weird. It's rare that you and I even get to go shopping in general, even with the kids. Like, correct. I remember the last time Addie was little, like probably 2. And I know we have like, a Costco trip or whatever here and there, but like actual shopping at the mall.
Yes, and like just for us, I don't think we bought the kids anything that day.
No,
which is kind of crazy.
We refused it because I was like, oh man, this would be so cute for Addie. And then like I spoke it into existence, like, nah, girl, this day isn't for you.
This day is for us.
This is for me, and this is for Emma's birthday, so like I'm not buying anything for the kids because I usually do. That's what I always do. And
then I get home and I'm like, damn it, I don't have anything for myself.
And we usually hate the mall, but I love. We went in the middle of the day
on a Wednesday.
Yes, we found great stuff. Oh wait, we did go shopping for podcast outfits, but like that was more stressful.
The kids were there.
The kids were
our
kids were there.
And our husbands were there. It was terrible.
Husband was there. Husbands. And then it was like hot and we were there for a purpose, so it was different.
Well, I think it was a Saturday. We were overstimmed to the max. Like I felt like faint.
And it was really nice that like we were able to leisurely go into every store and like we found you guys. Check out freaking Aerie right now. Like these tank tops that are like the padded tank tops. This one's not Aerie. This is Target. But I got 3 of them. I got 1 and now I'm like, I need them in every single color, which is my toxic trait. Like once I find something that I like, I want it in every color.
Yes.
But summer wear, it just makes it so easy.
And we're going to be gym rats now. So
yeah.
I mean, I signed up for my membership on Thursday. Haven't been once yet, so
that's okay. It was the weekend. So we're going tomorrow.
We are going tomorrow. But why did I sign up on Thursday when it's prorated and I could have waited 3 more days and not paid for these 3 days?
You were going to go on Friday, and then you texted me and said you had slept like shit. So
I did. I slept so poorly.
No, and that worked out because I ended up like going on a run instead and died of a heat stroke. But
love that. Love that for you.
Yeah, no, we're going to go tomorrow morning and drop the kids
gym.
off.
I'm doing a
You accidentally signed up for
a senior
citizens bar class. And I'm like, hey, so I think that's for like 65 and older. And you texted back, you're like, no, like, so that's what I need. That's for my back because my back's killing me.
My speed of working out is with the senior citizens. But my back is so messed up. Like Connor had to go out in his work truck and get me icy hot because I was like, I'm not okay. Like I'm dying. And I have to do hair tomorrow. So I'm like, yeah, let's go, girl. Yeah. We gotta stretch this thing out. So me and all the grandmas, Lucille, Barbara, I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. We're gonna do
You're
some
gonna make
bar.
some great friends. I'm
No,
like, you're gonna make like
the old
you're
crowd
gonna
is
love you.
my crowd.
Yeah, or you're gonna love you. I mean, they're gonna.
I mean, I
you
always
also
love me.
you, but they're gonna love you.
What I like about baby boomers is that I have to convince them to come to my side because they look at me and they're like, tattooed, slut.
Like I'm a trash panda.
Which is true. Yeah. But then I slowly win them over.
With your jokes.
With my jokes. Because they're like, did she just? And I'm like, yes, I did. And my like knowledge of history. You know, I can be like, so how was the Korean War for you?
Yeah, like I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Oh, I get in there. I get in there so hard with old people, and you know what? I charm them. I charm the shit out of some elderly.
What about not being able to charm Sailor and Remy's dog last night?
Oh my God.
Okay, so I have to tell everyone
that was crazy
story. So Matt's cousins were here for the weekend, and like for 2 nights in a row, we were playing card games, which Matt and I like never do. It was so much fun. We're staying up like way past our bedtime to do it. And so last night, you guys came over like 10:30, and just to, like jump in on a game. First of all, we start playing Uno, which we're playing Uno Flip because it's so much more fun than regular Uno. You put down, I had to tell this because it's so freaking funny. You put down a card and you're like, all right, everyone, it's time to flip. And I'm like, no, bitch, it's not. That's a number 9.
But it's because...
Don't even try to defend yourself.
It's because in the corner... The Uno game's trying to increase their marketing, put Uno Flip in the corner. So I was like, oh, this 9 is a flip.
Every card has an Uno Flip.
I realized that very quickly after I played that card.
I was like, that's a number 9. Do not flip.
I'm stupid.
So anyways, I think what happened was you guys came in, like there was no knock or anything. You just like came into the house.
I did the code on the door though. He should have had the beeping warning.
I guess, but their dog, like, and this is a dog all weekend has let Tucker like roll all over him. Addie like was covering him up with a blanket, put a pillow.
A frontal.
I mean, like so loving, such a sweet dog, and it's a big dog too.
He's like part chow,
like Harper
right?
size, yeah, and part chow. And Emily and Connor walk upstairs, and
this dog wants to kill me.
Yeah, no, Mav, it literally starts like barking the warning bark.
Yes,
like and then need to back off.
Literally growling at me and like get away from my people. And I was like.
And Remy's like, he does not do this.
And I want to defend myself here. Dogs don't do that to me. I have like grown up with animals. Like I am not.
I joke that he could sense your evil spirits that you have in you.
For sure. He could sense something on me. Like my man was not wanting to be my friend. He's letting Fielding pet him. He's letting Connor pet him.
Yeah. And you kept even like you would just stand up.
I was trying to like put my, if I stood up, he'd start growling. And then I like was looked over and he's staring into my soul while I'm playing cards. He's like, I've got my eye on you, bitch. Don't even think about whatever demon stuff you've got going on. It was
as soon as you left, he relaxed and went to sleep. I was like, oh my God. Your joke when you came in, you're like, it's okay, guys. I'm a witch. That's why he's on cards. And then you're like, just kidding.
To the cousins that don't know me, I'm like, it's all good. It's probably my witch. You know, I just like practice witchcraft sometimes, so animals get a little skittish, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like, who is this girl?
And then you have to go. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Which I have to do with you all the time.
One thing that you pointed out to me a few years ago when I was meeting someone for the first time. Kept having to say, like, she's just joking. And then you made the comment to these people, I always have to tell people she's joking. And I was like, wow, you really do always have to tell people.
Well, it's because your sense of humor is hilarious, but it's very dry. And so people who don't know you yet, I see their facial expressions because when you're telling a joke, you're deadpan serious. And then I'm looking at their facial expression and their eyes just get a little wider
horrified.
And so then I'm the mediator. I'm the referee that comes in. I'm like, it's just a joke, guys. It's just a joke.
But I'm just wondering how many times in life I've met people and you haven't been there, and I've said something so crazy, and I'm like, okay, anyways, and like walk off, and they're like,
you know what? You leave an impression wherever you go, good or bad. I don't know.
I don't know. I left a lasting impression with Maverick, the dog who wanted to in my life.
He's never going to forget you.
No, and I don't know that I can like face him again. But I said it like whenever I looked at him, I said, "Is he part chow? Chow chow, I think is what the actual breed is."
And Remy was like,
"Yes."
Yeah, he
and
is.
You know what? Something about chows. They don't like my family. And I said last night.
On your dad's side.
On my dad's side. They're racist against Italians.
Yeah.
All chows. I'm going to make that generalization right now because my dad got bitten by a chow whenever he was probably in his early 20s. And he's always told me that he's like scared of them. And so it's really funny that this one dog that's ever going to hate me that much.
Well, and he's a mixed dog. And so you can't tell that he's part Chow. Hardly. It's just the coloring. But the first thing you asked was, is he part Chow? And Remy's like, yeah.
Telling you, they have something against us Italians. I said last night, he can smell the marinara in my blood. Yeah. And he's like, I will not stand for this.
Not having you. So, you know.
I don't know. Maybe he's like a World War II survivor or something. He's still got it against the Italians, Axis powers.
He's reincarnated.
Yeah.
A reincarnated
he's Woodrow Wilson reincarnated, just trying to fight the good fight.
Okay,
Woodrow Wilson was World War I, so I've invalidated myself as a history nerd just now. It's fine. I give up. Whatever.
Yeah, that time was had though.
Yeah, except for the threatening of my life. But
yeah, except for you not being able to like sit on the couch.
I even like bowed down to him. Like I was like, I'll be submissive if you're scared of me. And he was like, turned his face away. Like, don't look at me. Don't talk to me. And I told you, I've gone down this TikTok rabbit hole where people have like gotten their faces ripped off by dogs. And so I'm very weary of getting my face ripped off by a dog. And I think that last night was probably the closest I'm going to come in a while. Fingers crossed.
Speaking of TikTok, on our reading, watching, and listening.
Oh, I think we did. Oops.
No, it's okay. I mean, this is our show. We can do it in whatever order we want. Yeah, we don't give a shit about your order. Yeah. But it reminded me, I just watched a documentary. Just kidding. A documentary. Over... It's called Dancing with the Devil, like the 7M
You're
cult.
the second person to tell me about this.
It's 3 episodes, so 3 hours. Please commit to it.
Yes,
ma'am. Is so interesting. It is a cult that like this man created, and he's calling in like it's like TikTok people because he's able to draw them in because it's like I can get you more views, I can get you more sponsorships, I can provide for you the hang on. Should we say, like, spoiler alert, like, spoiler alert.
Good job,
like,
yes.
I can provide for you, like, this lifestyle, basically. And the chilling thing is they have him on recording. So while they're, like, getting the family's perspectives of they haven't spoken to their kids in a year.
And these are like young kids?
No, they're adults,
18.
Like 20 to 25. But that's where the parents are struggling with
they can't legally
getting anything done legally because they can't because they are an adult.
Right. What are are there any big name people that you recognize that are in this cult?
No, but I did look them up, and one of them, like, she looks so familiar. I think you would probably recognize her just from like your For You page.
Yeah.
But like their dances like are so cool, but it's all like a facade. What?
I'm just having a hard time taking it seriously, thinking about the fact that the title's Dancing with the Devil, but I'm just picturing TikTok dances. But like with
it is. It's all about TikTok dances.
It's just like Satan in the background.
No, it's crazy though. And this guy,
not to minimize, I know. But like I'm just picturing like these dances with like Satan.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, except it's like the guy, and it's crazy because again, concerning. Like someone's using religion. He's using the Bible to get these people, and he's telling them like, you need to cut off your family and they were giving like 80 to 90% of their salaries to the church, which is to him.
Yeah.
It is crazy. And then that brought me to some like mom Trump thought of, we always say, like, my God, like, if anything were to ever happen to my kids, like, I don't know what I would do. Yeah. Like, before anyone were to ever, like, come take them from my arms, I tell Matt, like, all of my limbs would be gone. Like,
yes.
When I think about losing either one of them, like, that feeling inside of me,
I can't imagine.
Like, I just can't. And you think about, like, okay, like you're trying to keep them as safe as possible, right? And then things like this happen where they make it into adulthood and they're still there, and they're like
gone. Healthy and fine, but they're not.
They're gone.
They're being held hostage.
No relationship. Yes. And I'm like, the bad possibilities never end.
And that's why
as a parents
have anxiety because this is the world we live in.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, so hear me out.
Okay.
What is he giving them in exchange?
What is
their life like dope when they're with him? Because like I'll cut you bitches off if
you're gonna go join a cult.
If he can give me more TikTok followers.
I mean, he's giving them 2 million views, which people can do without a cult. So I feel like let's not go there. I don't think that should be in your card.
No, I was like kidding. I was totally kidding. So like call me if
I'll give you his name. I mean, watch the documentary. You'll be able to find his contact information.
Reach out. I'll leave it all behind.
Okay, well, move to Hollywood. Bye.
No, I could not make it in LA. I would.
No. Yeah, literally.
The person, I do not have an LA personality.
Yeah, no.
Anyone I meet from California is horrified by me as a human.
I think they would eat us both alive, honestly, in different ways.
Oh,
like,
for
it's
sure.
How it is.
For sure.
Did you like read anything, watch, or listen?
I'm still reading. Which one is it? I'm in Queen of Shadows.
Oh, okay. Is that the
fourth book?
Fourth. Okay.
I'm like halfway through it, I think. It's so good. I'm just like really having such a good time with this series right now.
I forgot to tell you, I'm totally interrupting, but I just finished my First Sly Wins book, and it was good. If you're looking for like psychological thriller that keeps you up until the very end, and it took me a while to read it, but it's a fast-paced book. First Sly Wins. Like, highly recommend it. It was really good.
I need to read that one. And then my grandma and my aunt gave me The Housemaid. Have you read that? By Frida McFadden?
No.
They gave me the first and second book. I think I gave it to my mom because I'm in the middle of this series. And I was like, I stopped and read a couple other books like in this series, but I'm just trying to focus on this one now. But they were raving about how good it was. So that's one you should read next. But First I Wins, I'll add it to my TBR list.
Yes, I have it whenever you're ready. It's really good. So,
and then other than that, I've just been watching Hotel Transylvania, just like on loop. That's where we're at right now.
Okay,
I've watched Hotel Transylvania 1 and 2 about 300 times, and then I discovered today there is a 3 and 4. And
there's one on Amazon Prime right now because
yes,
Addie
that's 4.
It. Okay, didn't realize there were.
And
that
I'll
many.
be foraying into. That wasn't a pun. Hotel Transylvania foraying.
I can't. I'm like, what the?
I'm gonna go into that later. Okay. I just watched the third one. There's a Van Helsing family cameo, so that's just some good.
I love how deep you are into these cartoons.
Oh, I'm into the lore. I'm into the lore so far.
You're so.
Connor and I talk about whatever Fielding is hyperfixating on. We talk about it to such a degree.
So you guys in return are hyperfixating on it.
Yeah, we do.
Which is why he hyperfixates. Like, it's just a continuous circle, like a cycle.
It's like when you have to watch this movie over and over again, you have to make it interesting for yourself. So whenever he was on Cars, which he was on the Cars phase for a long time, like 6 months. And we'd watch Cars 1 and 3 mostly because 2 is garbage. And it's very Mater-centric, and I'm not here for Larry the Cable Guy stand-up for an hour. You know what I mean? I need to...
it's a lot. No,
it's a lot.
You got to take, like, him in small doses.
Yes, and Cars 2 is like a fever dream. Anyways, but Connor and I started... like interrogating people when we talk about Cars and being like, so what do you think Cars use as currency, like in their world?
You have had full-on conversations about it.
Connor and I have converted everyone to this line of thinking with Cars, and we're like, well, how are the cars born? Are they manufactured or are they born? Because there are kid cars in the show. Is Cars a classist society?
Do you think that this show is like that stimulating for Fielding? Do you think he was thinking of those questions?
No, I don't think so. He's just going, door. Because he's like really obsessed with doors right now. I don't know. But Connor and I talked about that a lot with anyone we could, hold captive long enough to be like, what do you think about this? If
everyone's like, so I'm going to go now. I actually have an appointment on Sunday at 7 p.m.
It's like one of those, I just asked how you were. And Connor
I don't need the Cars rundown, for the love of God.
If you're born a tractor, do you die a tractor, or can you go up in rank?
Oh, God. I can't with y'all.
If you need an oil change, is that like a blood transfusion? That's what I'm saying.
Question.
There's a lot of things to ponder. What are the organs like in a car? Do they have brains, or is it just an engine? Like, is the engine a heart or a brain? I'm just saying, these are thoughts to think of. And so if you look at kids' movies in that way, you can stimulate yourself a little bit more.
Yeah, I got you.
I always try to analyze. It's a skill I want to teach Fielding when he gets bigger, is like, I need analysis on this. What is the lesson we're trying to teach? And so far, I can get one out of pretty much every show.
Yep. That's called a plot.
No, I know, but like a lesson, like an actual, like Up.
Like they have a theme.
Like the theme in Up is like sadness, despair, grief, loss.
Because Disney movies want to
tear your heart out. She can't have a baby and then she dies in the first like 5 minutes of the movie. What are we doing?
Yeah. Traumatization.
But it's really beautiful. There's more to it than that.
No, I know. It is. It's just really
Unless you're watching it with Addie and she's like, she died? She died? Why did she die, I'm like...
So I already told you this, but I'm going to tell you again.
Please.
We were on our way over here, and I was just talking about, I was telling Matt a story about someone and their mom, and she heard the word mom, and she thought that I was talking about, like, me. She thought the story was about me, and deadpan. And I swear this girl has empathy because, like, Matt's cousins were left today, and she was like, Dad, are you crying? And he's like, no. And she goes, well, do you have a crying voice? And he's like, no, but I am sad. She goes, okay, well, come over here. Let's watch a movie together. So, like, she does have empathy.
I like you prefacing what you're about to say.
Well, I have to because... I'm telling Matt this story, and she's always listening. That girl and that brain is always working. Yeah. So and she's like, looks at me. She's like, Mom, your mom's dead. And I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, can you not bring it up every 5 minutes? I know that she passed away.
She can't comprehend. Like, she's trying to wrap her mind around it, but she's done it to me too. Like one time, I feel like it was close to like the anniversary of your mom's death, and she was being crazy, and I feel like you were sad, and I told her, like, you need to be extra nice to Mom. Quit giving her such a hard time. Like, this is a hard time of year for her. And Addie goes, why? Because her mom's dead? I'm like, so that's an example, Adeline.
Do you know she brought it up to me because this girl holds on to everything, and the other day randomly she's like, Mom, remember that time that I was getting ready in the morning and I got in trouble because I wasn't listening, and then you started crying, which was what that was that day because it was in the morning, and I just was like having a rough morning. It was just a day, and I just was like crying, and I let the kids see me cry, whatever, and I'm like, but like, you're gonna hold on to that forever? Like, remember whenever I wasn't listening and you cried and this and that? I'm like, there is no telling what she goes to school.
I shudder to think.
I can't wait for her kindergarten teachers that I'm all going to know because she's going to go to the school that I was teaching at. And I'm like, oh God.
I've seen her play with other kids and like where she doesn't really know I'm paying attention, and she is so sassy, and she's like, my name's not Addie. My name is Princess Elsa. And like puts her hand on her hip and is like such a little turd about it. She gets this look on her face, which is your face, where she like sticks her little lips out and she's like, I'm actually a queen. I'm not even from here. And I'm like, liar.
Oh, yeah. No, she introduces
Oklahoma's her kingdom.
She introduces herself at the park a lot of times as, no, I'm Elsa. And then the parent, like someone was looking over at me and I'm like, her name's not actually Elsa.
And she's like, yes, it is.
And he was like, I didn't figure, but you never know in this world.
What if you were just like a true like Disney extremist? And you did Elsa. Name her Elsa. And then you named Tucker Anna because you wanted to, you were so dedicated to the plot you weren't going to stop.
Or what if I named him like Spin? That would
like
be
the reindeer,
cute, honestly.
or Olaf.
No, Sven is the reindeer.
That's what I was saying. Or Olaf.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
You could do either.
Yeah. Olaf. God.
I love it.
Well, I have a story for the Holy Matrimony. We were talking last week about pet names. And my cousin, his wife, Bridget, she texted me. And I was cracking up. I was like, okay. And she had said, like, this is for the podcast. So.
And I feel like we need to say also, Tyler and Bridget have been married, what, a year at this point?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 2 years coming up.
But Tyler is very similar to Connor, like very monotone, very, like, not excitable.
And whatever. I think that's why Connor and I get along so well because, like, I grew up with Tyler. I lived with him for years, and, like, we're basically, like, brother and sister. Tyler and I are, but him and Connor have very similar personalities in the way of just nonchalant, nothing really bothers them.
Inflection.
Go with the flow, anything. And so Bridget said, Tyler calls me Boobarian on occasion. And she said, I thought it was because it's like when I'm being chaotic at times, but he said it's just because, and he thinks it's cute. Like he just goes around calling her a Boobarian. And this whole time she thought it's like for a reason. He's like, no, girl.
Tyler, we need an origin story but you know what? That's how I am with nicknames. Like Fielding, I call him the most random shit ever, but it's like nicknames to me.
Yeah.
Like evolve in such an organic way until I would say something like Boobarian.
And you don't even think about why you're calling
when
him
Fielding
that.
Was a baby, I called him Frederick Snuggles.
Yep, you did. Have no idea why.
Because like Frederick Douglass, but that's like not related.
I mean, I call Tucker Tuckzilla.
There's an obvious reason for that, though, because that man's crazy.
My dad calls him Bam Bam, and then I sent my dad a video
also
of him
accurate
with because I thought it would be cute to buy. This was when Addie was little, and we still have them from IKEA. They're like miniature pots and pans that are like real metal, and so he's going around because Addie never did this. But Tucker, of course, thinks too. He's going around the house banging on all of the walls and like his table with this metal pan, and so I send the video to my dad. I'm like, there's Bam Bam for you.
Well, and you and Matt are impressive at blocking out sounds. Like before we started recording, Addie kept saying the same phrase over and over again. We did it. We did it. We never gave up. But she like
and even Connor was like, okay, Addie, that's enough. And I'm like, hey, Addie, you better stop. Because if Connor's telling you that's enough, like that means that threshold has been reached. It's been girl, I need trampled. You to chill it. I need you to... These freaking kids, man.
No, they
giving us a run for
we got
an
amazing video right before we started recording of the chaos of my one messy room. I think it's hilarious that you guys even probably look at this and think like, wow, what a nice clean space.
They're in a studio.
Hilarious.
Take a look around,
it's
people.
A rough space. And then Tucker's messing with the camera stand. Fielding's turning the lights on and off. Addie's jumping on the bed. It's like
this... Yeah, and it takes them everything to get out of this room in order for us.
And Addie begged you. She's like, Mom, please.
If I'm quiet, can I stay in here?
No. She also, right before we started recording, said, out of nowhere, I'm not going to get in trouble because you know what? Jesus can't see you in houses.
Yeah, no, because you know, she goes to a Mother's Day Out program, and
at a
church. They have a like little church sermon, which she tells me is her least favorite part about.
Yeah,
daycare.
They do chapel.
She's like, I don't like chapel.
You know what though?
But
it's where I went to daycare, and I also didn't like chapel.
I think it's because she has to sit still and be quiet for that amount of time. She doesn't get to like run chapel. It's probably why she doesn't like it, and
which is fair.
You know, she'll randomly say stuff like that, like Jesus is watching us. I'm like, yeah, he's watching all over all of us, but for her to be like, but he can't see inside a house. I'm like, oh my God, what are you plotting right now?
Well, also because Addie probably asked the teachers like really weird questions like, does Jesus watch me when I'm in the bathtub? And the teachers are like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. So they probably made up like, oh, like
he can't see you inside of the
when you're in your house, you're safe. Because she's probably like, is Jesus watching me change clothes? Like, you know, Addie's asking because some super intense shit like that.
Yeah, well, because she's like, what is that word? Like she's not peculiar over everything, but like, curious, but also like kind of guarded. Like I'm going to ask questions first before I jump into this head
We
first,
say it about all of our children.
I love,
yes,
because I'm like, she's not going to get trampled down by anyone. She's going to always ask questions.
None
first.
of our children will end up in this Dancing with the Devil cult. I feel confident about that. Our kids are extremely strong-willed. And I remember when I was pregnant telling you one of my fears. I was like, what if Fielding comes out and he's like a dud? Like he has no personality, like can't measure up to Addie, which I mean, I know it sounds terrible, but I think these are normal thoughts you have when you're pregnant.
No one talks about it.
Well, I just was like,
and Addie is just like always been
she was
so much
so
fun.
freaking funny. Yeah. And like I just loved her so, I mean, I still love her, but I loved her so much, and I didn't understand what it was going to be like to have my own kid to love. And I was like, what if he comes out and he's like super lame and like doesn't make us laugh? Like Addie's so freaking funny. Dude,
he keeps you entertained 24/7.
He is. Well, you've even said it before. You're like, he's just so funny. Like he's just crazy.
Just watching him, and then
oh my God,
Tucker. So
yes, and Tucker's
when Noah
so funny
was
too.
here, he was like, Noah said, if my kid doesn't turn out like Tucker, I'm giving him back.
Tucker is
because you can just sit around and watch him, and he's like so freaking funny.
That's all we do is watch the kids. Yes. And I know everyone thinks our toddlers are funny, but like our kids are also extremely strong-willed. Like, and I always thought, after Addie, like they were just going to kind of be like ducks in a row. Like there wasn't going to be an option because Addie was going to be the ringleader. Watching Addie and Fielding fight for dominance is crazy. And now Tucker has entered the chat because for like the first year of his life, he was like this sweet little docile baby. And now he's like come alive and he's ready to party. And he's like walking up. He did it. They were all like in a dog pile on my bed. Tucker walked up and slapped Fielding in the face. I was like, damn. And Fielding grabs his face like, oh.
That second kid, I didn't believe it because he came out so calm and like he's always been very, very like laid back and sweet and cuddly and like he still is all of those things, but now he has an edge to him. And now I see what people say when they're like, oh, the second kid.
Second kid and boys. Like he's just testing. And, and his age, I mean, he's 1.5.
Yeah,
He's testing now, but it's just so funny because I'm like, damn, these kids, like, and I think that's our personalities too. Like you and I are psychos. Like, one, no one's going to ask us to join a cult. Not going to happen.
I think we're going to have to beg to get in. Like,
yeah, we'd be like, please.
Yeah, can I, and we've joked about this, but it's like, can we go and get like a solid night's rest like here? And then can I like unjoin the cult, you know? Like a week
can I check myself out?
Yeah.
Can I graduate from the cult? But no, our children will never.
They will be cult leaders. That's what we have to watch out for.
Literally, we need to be concerned. Great point. Great point. We need to actually be really vigilant the other direction. We're like, our kids would never join a cult. They're the next freaking, like, they start a whole foundation coming in. They're like, it's called the cousin cult because Addie's like, thinks we're all cousins.
Yes. Addie's like, Fielding's my cousin.
Well, and she'll run up to him, Cousin Fielding. I'm like, okay. Like,
chill it.
Yeah, well, it's like Daisy May, like old Southern, my cousin Fielding. And she told,
would you like a sweet tea?
What the fuck was that accent?
I was trying to do a Southern accent, a Southern Belle accent.
You don't have to. That's already what you sound like.
Oh, I'm a Southern Belle, you say.
You said it. Would you like a sweet tea?
I am so bad at accents. Like, I know
it's kind of crazy, and yet you roast me for my attempts. So please, please do more. Can you give me an Irish accent? Can you give me a baby reindeer accent?
Give me a line, and then I'll do it.
Baby reindeer.
Oh, look at that, you baby reindeer. Would you like to go chug some beer on the mountaintop?
You're doing something so weird with your tongue.
Yeah, I'm giving myself a lisp. You do it. Okay, you do it.
I can't.
Do a German. Okay, German accent.
What the hell? You don't even know what a German accent sounds like. Okay, I'm
British.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's actually Austrian, but close enough.
Oh my god.
I hit you with the baby reindeer in one of our first episodes, and you were like, no. Which was fair. I wasn't my best. I have to hear it. Like, when I watch Shrek, I walk around and say things like Michael Myers. Yeah. Is his name Michael Myers?
No. That's the scary guy.
His name's Mike Myers.
Oh.
He should change that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mike, I know you've had a successful career. Consider changing the name.
Please.
Anyways, I go around like... That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Like, I go around saying every time I hear a line, and Connor's like, "Shut up!" Like,
that's my downfall. I don't. There's
certain lines that like stick in my head every time I watch it. Which I like. Of course, here I am referencing Shrek once again. Yeah. But I'm always like,
your favorite movie.
Like, I can't help myself. Or like what we said with Donkey. That's a nice boulder.
That's a nice boulder. Now that one I have down. But that's because as a kid I could literally quote, and I still can actually, that memory serves.
Okay, let's hear it.
I can quote, Shrek. Like from, if I'm watching the movie and without
and you
subtitles,
hear the lines.
I can like say it, like everything along with it because I watched it so many times as a kid.
After they say it, I know what they said.
It's just a 2-second delay. I can actually do it.
I told you the other day, Fielding has been copying movies, and I know I've said we watch movies all day. That's just like, I don't give a shit about screen time. I'm not one of those moms. I don't have it in me. I have my TV on all the time, and like we've talked about that because I'm like, I feel bad. I always have my TV on, but I had my TV on all the time before I had a kid.
Because we're like opposite in that way. Yes. Because I won't like have the TV on at all day, and I'm like, well, I'm just not used to that. To me, I don't like the constant background noise.
See, and I do. Like, I kind of feel like I'm scared if I don't have it on. I get a little nervous.
Quiet.
But we have the TV on all the time. But Fielding now like knows when certain things are going to happen in movies. Like The Good Dinosaur, he started howling right before that they started howling because he knew it was coming. And then he's been like even doing like the arm motions they do. Like,
oh my god,
in Hotel Transylvania 2. Spoiler alert. Dennis does turn into a vampire at the end. The kid.
Spoiler alert. Just in case you guys decide to really go out on a limb and watch that.
If your kids are listening, it's leaving Netflix June 30th. Make sure you watch Hotel Transylvania 2 before it leaves. But he like squeezes his hands really hard when his fangs pop out, and Fielding now does that too. He's like, and like squeezes. It's really funny. He's like acting out movies, or like when they raise their hands up, or when there's dancing, like he copies what they're doing in the movies, and he's already got a better memory than you.
Hey, serves me right. I mean, it is what it is.
You've lived this long, and you're happy.
My daughter definitely has a better memory than me.
That's a fact. So. Speaking of you living this long. Your 30th birthday's. Oh, sorry.
And you know what?
I think your 21st birthday.
Yeah.
It's on Friday.
I'm actually really excited for
so
it.
excited
I thought that I would be like all depressy and stuff and want to climb into a hole and like just, hole up and stay there and eat snacks and everything. But no, I'm feeling great about
it's exciting.
Like leaving my 20s behind.
I know.
And it's crazy because it's like obviously 10 years is a long time to like, thinking about my 20s, right? And everything that I have accomplished, everything that I've done, I can say like I'm really proud of myself.
Yeah,
I'm proud of like
that's good.
The routes that I've chosen, the things that I've chosen for my life. And it just feels good to like be like, bye 20s.
Yes.
Like new me. And I feel like
Yes.
I'm coming into myself, and this podcast is definitely helping, but like feeling more confident with myself. I've always been someone that like second guesses everything I do. Yeah. And I still second guess.
But you are coming into yourself. I feel like since I've known you, you are so much more confident in who you are as a person. And I feel like everyone that is in their 30s says, your 30s are the shit. Like, this is the best.
Well, you stop caring as much.
Yes.
You're able to block out the noise a lot more, and not to say like, I don't care at all, because I do. But I'm able to like if, I'm able to say, you know what, that bothered me or whatever, but I'm going to move on now. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. And like, I can't control
You're
that.
Just so much more secure.
That has been something I've learned, like big in my 20s, is like, if I can't control that or I have no influence on that, then I can't let that bother me. And now you're listening to a mental well-being podcast with all of this.
If you're here, you care about us, because no one else is listening. Just kidding. We don't know you.
But I'm really excited. We're going to Fredericksburg this weekend.
Hey, and I'm vlogging that shit, so be on the lookout.
I'm so excited. My sister is going to meet us there. Lena and Chris are coming.
Yes.
And then that weekend after, I'm going to go to Oklahoma and like celebrate with my friends there. But for my Texas peeps, we're going to have a great time. Just a weekend full of like some wineries, hanging out by the pool. So I'm excited.
No kids.
Like no kids for 2 nights. It's a great way to like reel it in and start out my 30s with a bang. So
it's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. I've gotten a lot of outfits. I feel like I've gotten more outfits for this trip.
You probably have your outfits picked out. Like I have one.
Well, I've got plenty to share, because I'm planning like we're going on a week-long trip and it's only really 2 days.
But we're used to, usually we go to Mexico or somewhere.
I feel like we do Mexico every other year.
We do something together, like as a friend trip every summer, because our birthdays are so close together. Normally we combine the trip, and it usually is like 5 days or so. Yeah. So you're probably just used to having to pack for that long. And now you're like, wait, well, we're going to have one full day, basically.
Yes. And I'm just a gluttonous swine, and I love to buy clothing. So I think that's really a lot of what it is.
Me too. I was just talking about this earlier with Remy, of like, I'm just not a person that like goes and gets their nails done regularly or like gets their eyelashes done. But I still have my vices, and I love to shop for outfits.
You and I both do love to shop.
Like I'll go without like getting my nails done just so I can shop. Go and get a cute outfit, even if it's just Target. Like I do not have expensive taste.
Damn, clothes are so expensive. Everything's so expensive now. I dropped some cash on my birthday, but that's fine.
Yeah, it was your birthday. You deserved it.
It's my birthday.
I did tell Matt that I wanted to get my nails done, I think, for my birthday, because why not? Like,
when are we going?
Get them done this week.
Let's do it.
Let's do it once the guys get home. We're out of here.
Bye, motherfuckers. See ya. Have fun with the kids. We're out of here.
Bye.
Did you enjoy your
full-time mom in it,
your 12-hour workday and 4-hour round trip commute? Goodbye. Now you're gonna enjoy single parenting.
So we can go get our nails done. When you put it that way, I don't know.
Minor details. I do want to say that I forgot to mention this earlier, that you bought me a shirt for my birthday. This is an example of things that we say before we start recording that I'm like, damn it, I wish I wouldn't have said it so that we could have had the first reaction. But it's fine. It'll still be great. Yeah. No. Because Kortnie bought me a like workout athleisure top, because that's like all we wear all the time. And it's one shoulder. It's kind of sassy.
It's so cute.
It's really cute. No, it's like very cute.
But it's like whenever I like go to buy for you, I have a hard time where I'm like, no. You do not need the same thing. You do not need the same thing.
I'll let you borrow it.
Leave it.
You borrow it. But so it's one shoulder, which is important, because I felt it. I took it out of like the bag she had given to me, because all my birthday gifts are still sitting on my dining room table, and I just have been going and pulling them out as I want to wear them. But I took the tag off of it, and then I was feeling it, and I was like, one of the boob pads isn't in here.
And I said, well, when I was at the store shopping for this, I even felt it. And I was like, oh, that's weird. It only has one, but it's one shouldered. And Emily goes, I have 2 boobs. Why would I still need just only one boob pad?
She was trying to defend it.
Well, because I was like, yeah, I know that it only has
I said
one.
it only had one pad. And you go, yeah, well, it's one shoulder. And I said, what? It doesn't, it being one shoulder doesn't change the amount of boob I have. Like,
I don't know what I was thinking. And I remember literally feeling, I was like, I guess it's just
I just assumed like, oh, she accidentally grabbed one, but you intentionally.
No.
You made a choice to say, yes, uniboob. She only needs one.
Only one of them needs support.
There's girl math and there's Kortnie math. Kortnie math is girl math calculus. Because that shit does not add up.
Oh my God, no.
You need a T185 calculator to do Kortnie math.
1 + 1.
1 + 1 equals one more boob pad that I have.
Don't give me payback, for like my transgressions. So
I would never.
I think it'd be hard to find
still all the left
shirt.
boob pads out of your clothes. Oh, I just hit my teeth so hard on my glass.
Okay, do you have any cheers and jeers for this week?
Good. Probably should have thought about that beforehand. Cheers. Again, I'll recycle mine from last week. My birthday. It actually ended up being really fun. After all you can eat sushi and going shopping, I got one of my favorite meals from my favorite fancy restaurant, which we got takeout because it's just like, it's not a restaurant you can bring kids. And I didn't want to get a sitter. I wanted to spend time with Fielding. I wasn't with them most of the day. So the takeout's not anywhere near as good.
It was still really good.
It's still delicious.
Yeah.
But there is a difference whenever you're actually at the restaurant. But
yeah. And it's experience there too.
For sure. It was phenomenal, delicious, wonderful. My parents got me that. It was very sweet. And I got to hang out with my grandma and my aunt on Friday, and that was really fun. My aunt surprised me and came down from Dallas.
Which is so sweet.
Yes, it was really sweet. So yeah, overall, great birthday week. No complaints there. My jeers is that Fielding, I don't know if it's because he's just been home with me full time or what, he is on another level with being destructive. Today he was ripping toilet paper off the roll and throwing it in the bathtub.
Well, he's a busybody, and I think he is a kid, which thank God we have the membership for the gym because he needs that stimulation. He's like Addie. Addie's the social aspect of it, but he is the gross motor.
Tactile.
He's got to have that, or he's just
and I'll do stuff with him, but he just
it's different though, and I know you do. I'm not saying that, but I think it's different whenever it's in your house, and then there's other kids around. Someone else is doing it, not mom. It is different, and just getting out of the house sometimes too. Which we talked about, just having a goal, get out of the house.
Yes,
once a week.
Well, and he you're absolutely right. He is a kid that needs it. It's just hard because we don't have a lot around us that's I know indoor.
Yeah, it's way too hot. Yeah,
it's too hot. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go sweat it out at a petting zoo. Right now,
well, no, he's miserable. You're miserable.
Exactly,
Those
it's terrible.
Animals are miserable.
Yes.
Out
Plus,
there.
I think that I threw out my back going to dinner on Friday because he was I've never seen that child act worse in a restaurant. It was insane. He was losing his damn mind, gyrating like a possessed person, and he weighs 32 pounds. So I think me trying to pick him up when he's dead weighting me and convulsing.
It's definitely a jeers. Being able to go to a restaurant and then throw out your back.
Seriously, let me throw out another negative here. He hid my freaking night guard last night.
Oh, God.
And I could not find it.
Where did he put it?
It was in one of his trucks or something. Connor found it this morning.
Yeah.
My teeth hurt so bad.
Yeah.
So, if you are a grinder, grind on me. But you just shouldn't because it's not good for you. Get a damn night guard. I waited way too long to get a freaking night guard. And what a game changer. Because sleeping without it, I'm
yeah, you can.
And my mouth literally feels sandy when I wake up because it's teeth particles.
No, it's terrible. You and your sleeping habits, I can't.
They're upsetting. And now I've passed them on. And Fielding, woke us up at 5:30 sleepwalking. But then he slept until 11 this morning.
What though? Well, he did stay up late though.
He did stay up late. And then the whole kitchen chair underneath the incident happened. And I think we were all traumatized.
Yeah. Sounds like another win though.
Yeah. Oh, no. The sleeping till 11 was dank.
Take it. Yeah.
Dank. The waking up at 5:30 to my child not being in the bed with me, scary.
Yeah.
However, if that's what I have to trade in, because the earliest day he woke up this week was, of course, Saturday.
Oh, always.
What are your cheers and jeers?
Yeah, so mine, Gail came in this week and she helped me out because I needed to study for like a supplemental test.
Gail's your mother-in-law?
Yes, Gail is my mother-in-law. First years is I passed that test. Thank God.
So that's a cheer.
Yes. Did I say jeers again? I do that every single time.
It's fine.
My cheers, I passed the test, and so she came in to like help with the kids so I could study, but I also got to like have a little me week to start out summer. So like I got a massage, I got to go shopping with you. I went to the gym by myself. I didn't have to like take them to the daycare, and like she took them to the zoo, and they had a great time. I'm like really grateful anytime like she comes down to help because it's just nice having someone here.
Yeah.
And like she's really good about like asking me, you know, how can I help? And so, and now I'm comfortable telling her that like we're in a comfortable spot now, or I can like, well, actually, it would be helpful if you you know, instead of like, oh no, it's okay, I've got it. And so I really like this week was so good. It was like a good intro into summer. Jeers is that Matt and I went to Costco last week. You know, Costco, it's like inevitable to spend like drop some money in there.
Minimum $200. We bought
this like giant box of those muffins, those stupid muffins that like
our kids are addicted to.
I swear they put cocaine in them. Like there's something in
some sort of narcotic.
There's I think 20 of them in this giant box at least. We've gone through all of it, and that was within a week. And so I'm like, I guess I can't buy those again because Tucker was addicted to them. He would bring me one, and then I'd open it. He would eat them, and he'd go get another one. I'm like, no, you just ate dinner. You had another snack. Like I think that there's something in them.
But it's not muffins. But now you know why. There's a gnat flying around. It's really distracting me. Now you know why. Remember when I tried to make my own mini muffins, the little bites?
Well, those tasted gross though.
No, I know. But still.
Even Alyssa tried. I remember her taking a bite. She's like, ugh.
My sister, who's like so sweet, would never say a mean thing, takes a bite of it and she's like, wow, they're very dense. Because
they were really dry.
I was like trying to make all these different, and I was reading it online. It wasn't like I was just going rogue. Like I don't bake. So I was like reading all these recipes of how to make like your own little bites muffins with like protein pancake mix and like all this stuff. Freaking disgusting. And Fielding was spitting them out and then going and like getting the real ones and being like, bitch, don't do this.
You even joked about putting the ones you made into the package, so
and
you would like think. But
do you see the snap? It's like,
yeah, no, it's driving me crazy. Gnats are so bad right now in Houston. Like I've never had gnats in my house, and I just had to put out a bowl of apple cider vinegar, soap, and sugar, and we caught one gnat. So I'm hoping that
apple cider vinegar is a great way to catch gnats.
I've also been drinking it every morning. I drink a teaspoon of it mixed with a little bit of honey and water. And
I tried to do that one time because someone told me about all the health benefits. Could not hate anything more.
It's honestly not bad, but it's the little bit of honey that I put in it that really
because you're
helps.
A dedicated health aficionado.
I am. If someone tells me like it's healthy, I'm like, well, all right, let's do it.
And I'm like, I'll do it for a day, and then I'll consider it again, and then I'll avoid my kitchen so I don't have to do this thing that I've decided I have to do. I make rules for myself and then I can't.
And then I make a rule for myself and I think like, oh my God, I made a rule, so I have to follow it.
It's impressive. I don't have that kind of willpower. I'm I'm like
being OCD.
But I'm also like a contrarian. Like I'm going to buck the system. If you tell me it's a rule, like I bow up against myself. No one has set this rule for me. If it's like I'm eating on a calorie deficit, I'm like, no, I'm fucking not. I'm gonna go eat McDonald's. And it's like,
and then you're like, why is my kid like... Why does my kid
not eat anything?
Not eat it. No, just not listen.
Yeah. I wonder where he gets it from.
Well, like in the way, not listen. He does listen, but what I mean,
thanks, bitch. I heard you.
What I mean is, whenever he like looks at you and he's like, no, like I'm gonna do it. Anyways. And it's like,
definitely has my personality. I've said that before though. Like I'm like this guy. I see myself looking at him because I'll be like, don't do that, and he looks at me like, what are you gonna do about it?
Same look
that I give other people, and I'm like, damn it. Even him, I mean, he started rolling his eyes at how old? I don't even know if he was a year old yet. He was so young, rolling his eyes. And everyone was like, did he just? I'm like, yes.
You're like, but if you know me, then I constantly roll my eyes.
Matt thought something was wrong with me the first time we met because I rolled my eyes so much. But I do it, I'm trying to be better about it, but I do it like in conversation, like
it's not a disrespect thing.
No, I don't even realize I do it.
Stupid.
No, I just like, I don't even know how to explain it.
Roll your eyes. Yeah.
I know. It's really kind of.
You've gotten better about it. It's okay.
I know. Well, ever since Matt told me that he thought I had a disorder or something when he first met me, I've been traumatized. Well, another thing. I'm wondering how many people I've met that have been like, oh, she has a tick.
No one. I mean, they're like,
oh, your husband?
Yeah. Besides Matt, I'm like, maybe they think you have a tick and like, a really bad sense of humor. No, you're perfect. You're perfect. You're perfect.
Oh, I did want to say the best decision you made of your 20s before turning 30 was meeting me.
Oh, not having my kids. No. Or it can't be meeting my husband and marrying him because I was 19 when we got married. So it can't be that. But like not, the
first time or second time we hung out was for your 23rd birthday.
It was. It wasn't. You had just had your birthday. I just had. Oh, I was going to tell you this. My memories just popped up on Facebook
yesterday.
Our 7-year friendiversary came up, and like we added each other instantly. So that's like the day that we actually
went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes.
Connor forgot his ID. We lived in a college town, so they wouldn't serve him. Matt tried to buy him beer, and the waitress came and yelled at us.
And I remember and I knew we were going to be friends because it wasn't like our first conversation was nothing surface level. We got into like all the nitty gritty stuff. Like first off, I don't know if you remember that.
I don't.
But we talked about like, because at the time we didn't have neither one of us had kids. So we talked about like wanting to wait until we had kids. And we realized like we had so many similarities besides the fact that like I like to run and you hate that.
I like the couch. But it's so funny because I remember not wanting to meet you because Matt was like, or not Matt, that's your husband. Connor came home and was like, this guy just started working with me. He and his wife moved from out of state too, and like they seem really cool. We should go meet up with them.
Same with Matt.
And I was like, what is she like?
No,
Connor's like,
literally.
Here's the downside. She has run a marathon before. And I was like, fuck that. I'm not getting friends with that girl. I hate working out.
No, but Matt told me the same thing. He's like, hey, I have a coworker and we're going to meet up with him and his wife. And I was like, well, we're going to dinner. So
we weren't even married yet.
No. Yeah. Y'all weren't married. Oh, okay. So,
but still, what I'm saying, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy. I just assumed, I just forget. But I remember we went to like this Thai restaurant and I was like, well, we'll see how I feel afterwards. If I want to like meet up or whatever. And then we went and then it was like instant. And then like we've hung out ever since. And it's just like a match made in heaven.
It really was. It was like just beautiful. But something about me is that if I'm nervous about like meeting someone or talking to someone or any event, I legitimately black out. And I can't remember
Really?
it.
See, and I word vomit. Like, and I mean...
No, like, I'm not saying I don't word vomit. I'm saying, like, because I was nervous to meet you, I don't remember anything about our first meeting.
That's so funny, yeah. No,
I can't remember
any
conversation.
It.
I know.
Like, what is that saying about this? Yeah.
Of all people, you remember our first meeting.
I know.
And then we went to a super hippy-dippy Mexican restaurant.
Yes, and us both
in Ohio.
Knowing Tex-Mex, that was just like a culture shock for us. It was
so bad.
We're like, so this is the Mexican food that's around here?
Okay, so in Ohio, if you're wondering, it's called cheese sauce.
And like the town we were in, and like they're very forward with like not fashion forward, but they're like culturally forward. They're hippies, like
not fashion forward.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm saying I'm not trying to say fashion forward.
They wear chacos. If you catch our drift,
but
it is very. It's more like Austin.
Like they had like vegetarian options and stuff, and like corn tortillas instead of flour. And I just remember Matt being like, "I'm never going back." And like I ended up liking it, but I like different kinds of food.
Well, you also like really healthy food, so now it makes sense.
Yes, but Matt's like, I hate Tex-Mex.
I remember.
Or I hate not Tex-Mex.
Yeah. What was that place called? Casa something. Nueve.
Casa Nueve. Yeah.
My mom and I went there one time when she was in town, and we went to a drag show there. So like,
there was a drag show at Casa?
Yes. Isn't that weird?
I want to go to one of those so bad.
Well, we're not going to go back to Ohio to see one, but
no, they have one
there's
in
plenty
downtown
of Houston.
Yes, I want. It's like a drag show brunch.
We should join
one. Okay, sign me up.
I'd love to do the makeup.
Yes.
I just want a drag queen to do my makeup so hard.
Let me
snatch my cheekbones to God.
I mean, they would teach us how to do that. So
no, I need to know. I don't know what
else.
I
think that like about wrapped it up for today. I think we're good.
I don't even know how long we're
gonna go swim.
We're gonna go swim and order pizza. Yeah, we're gonna carb load in our bathing suits.
I mean, how else do we treat summer?
I don't know. I'm so excited to sit in the pool.
Me too.
It's gonna be like a bathwater situation because that's how Texas summers are, but it's fine. Okay. Well, we did not talk about our commercials, or our ads, whatever you want to call them, our sponsors. Yeah. Today's episode is sponsored by Club Sunscreen.
Yes, Club Sunscreen. And I do use that all the time now.
Yes, I do too. I used it yesterday. yesterday. Why did I use it yesterday? I did. Maybe I dreamed
I've been putting it on the kids just to go on a walk.
Seriously.
Because the sun has been so intense.
So Club Sunscreen, mineral sunscreen, safe for babies, safe for adults, safe for everybody. That is at clubsunscreen.com. Our code is cheers to that 20. That gets you 20% off at checkout. And then our other sponsor is Chalkboard Candle Co.
Chalkboard Candle Co.
Am I okay? I can't remember any names. It's not to do with you guys. It's to do with my dementia. Chalkboard Candle Co. Again, these are non-toxic coconut wax-based candles. They're safe for babies. They're safe for adults. They're safe for animals.
They don't give me a headache.
They don't give you a headache. And our code for that is also cheers to that 20, gets you 20% off at checkout at Chalkboard Candle Co. You can find them on Instagram.
Well, thanks guys for hanging out with us this week. We had fun. And did. It's time to wrap it up. We can get on with our week 2 of summer break, living it up every single day, going to the gym, being hot girls.
Next time you see me, I'll be so much skinnier from going to the gym for 1 week.
Definitely gonna have a 6-pack. So
yeah. The fupa is gonna be gone. So get ready. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe. Please submit your stories for Mom Trom, Holy Matrimony, and Cheers and Jeers. We're taking all the mom tips.
Yes.
I think next week we need to remember to recommend a baby product. So if you've got any
I forgot all about that. Yes.
If you have any good baby products you'd like us to recommend, we have a few up our sleeves still, but we would love to hear for any of our new moms that are listening.
And we'll see you guys next week.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Oh, we forgot to say, and cheers to that. Bye.